Imagine taking a breezy 300-page bedtime story about a homebody in fuzzy slippers and stretching it into a 9-hour kinetic war epic involving bunny sleds and dwarf elf human love triangles. It's the cinematic equivalent of turning a haiku into a dissertation. Visually stunning, technically impressive, and approximately 400% longer than anyone asked for. Have you seen all the movies, both of you?
No,
I have
I've seen parts
not.
of them, but not all.
I saw very little of the second movie and most of the third movie. But and both of those were just like, I think I was homesick and they were just on. Like I really, I saw this in the theaters. We saw it together, Joe.
Yeah, I know.
And
I remember.
Right? And then there was zero desire to see the next two after that.
So, my wife said that too. She was like, I was there with you. I was like, were you? She's like, yeah, we went. I was like, hon, I blocked out most of that experience. So
right.
Forgive me for that.
It's like asking me about a trip to a dentist's office.
Yeah. All right. This is Shelf to Screen, the podcast where we discuss sci-fi and fantasy literary adaptations to the big and or small screen. I'm Joe Perry.
I'm Jen Isgro.
And I'm Tom Kokoza.
And as you might be able to tell from our conversation, we are talking today and for the next 3 episodes, we'll be dissecting J.R.R. Tolkien's 1937 classic, The Hobbit, and Peter Jackson's 2012, well, starting with the 2012 adaptation, An Unexpected Journey. And we're gonna talk about this trilogy treatment of this 300-page book. Let's start how we always start. So I'll ask the both of you, Tom, your first encounter with the Hobbit material.
So my dad was a huge fan of the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings from when he was a child. So we had a very old box set of the 4 books. I think it was published in I think it was published around the time he was born, so around 1955, 1958, something like that. So I was always in the house. My first exposure to it was the cartoon, which I loved.
Yeah, and that's my first exposure too, is the cartoon.
Yeah. I read the book, The Hobbit, probably for the first time when I was I want to say 11. I think when I was 11.
Yeah. Sounds about right for me too.
Yeah.
So I have very, very, Tom, almost the exact same story. Ditto. I'll talk about, so I have, this is a version of The Hobbit I have. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see it's it's a green boxed edition where the book slides out into it. And it's got runes all around the trim of it. I remember, so my dad had this version of The Hobbit. This isn't the same one. It's the same version, but my dad has his. I bought it because it used to sit in the bookshelf, and I used to be just enamored by just looking at it when I was a kid, ooh, look at this. It's in a green box thing. And then I would pull it out and I'd be like, look at all these weird runes and stuff, and then look at the map and stuff like that. And I remember at one point, I guess it was after I read it, and then I had the Lord of the Rings, and if you remember in the appendices of Return of the King is the runes and what they represent. So I translated this.
Oh, awesome!
And you know what it says?
No.
It says, "There and back again, a Hobbit's holiday."
Oh, that's amazing! That's great.
Yeah, I went through it. Yeah, so I read this book, really cool. Probably around when I was 11 as well, Tom. I think I was maybe 6th grade, 5th grade, or somewhere around there.
Around there.
Yeah, and I loved it. And then I read The Lord of the Rings after it. But I saw the cartoon first as well. So, yeah, and I still love this book. It's still one of my favorite books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Peter Jackson ruined that for me. Jen, how about you?
I read it probably not when I was a kid, but maybe when I was a teenager, which is when I read all of them. But I didn't really remember it. I remembered it, but not like every specific thing. So I've just reread it. I've seen the cartoon, but again, like not. I don't really remember it too well.
Oh, I remember it very well.
But
yeah, it does.
I've seen the Lord of the Rings a million times and know that one super well, but this one not so much. And this is my first time watching the movie.
Oh, you didn't come to the movies to see this with us?
I guess not.
I guess
Nobody
not.
invited me.
Oh,
No,
sorry,
I
Jen.
don't
Actually, we did you a
why.
favor. It was a blessing in disguise.
When did it come out?
2012.
Oh.
You went to go see the movie
2012.
2012 probably instead of this.
Yeah.
No, I probably was home with my child at the
Yes,
time.
I'm sure it was something like that.
Oh,
And
yeah,
wasn't able
that's
to
true.
come out. Yeah. I'm like 2012. Wait. It wasn't that long ago. So, yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the book before we get into the movie.
Sure.
Right. So there's a bunch of interesting things that I didn't know about this, and some that I had already heard about. But there's the story that Tolkien was, he was teaching, and he found a blank page left by a student, and then just impulsively wrote, "In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit." Right? Not knowing what a hobbit was, and then he just kind of wanted to provide a whole story around that one line. And he put a lot of stuff from the Old Norse sagas, like especially like the dwarf names and the name Gandalf. And yeah, he developed this whole story, which I think is interesting because reading it now, I've noticed more continuity errors with the Lord of the Rings in the story, and like he actually apparently he retconned stuff in this. I had no idea he retconned it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How do you get your hands on that original version?
It probably costs a lot of money.
I know. Yeah.
This, unlike some of the other stories we've already talked about, there was no issues getting it published. He actually reached out to an old student of his who I guess worked with the publisher, gave him the manuscript to his 10-year-old son, the publisher, Stanley Unwin. And
Stanley.
yeah, he must have liked it because they printed 1,500 copies.
That's it. Just a taste.
Yeah, that was the original printing in 1937. 1,500 copies. I wonder how many still exist.
Well, I don't know. That's a great question.
Seems like something somebody would donate or give away to a used bookstore by accident.
Yeah.
Just like come across it.
I wonder if how many of those copies can be found out there.
If anyone wants to donate one to the pod, we'll have to take it off your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I was talking about
years old. Sorry. It'll be almost 100 years old at this point.
Yeah, in 11 years it'll be 100 years since The Hobbit was published. They'll come out with a 100-year edition, I'm sure.
I'll probably buy that one.
How much? Yeah, they'll be absurdly priced, and people will buy it. So, kind of like this movie.
Oh, let's talk about the book a little bit more, Joe, because like we're all happy there.
Oh yeah,
Let's
so
stay
I
in
want
this happy zone for a little.
I wanted to get to the piece that was retconned, right? So apparently, in the original edition, this 1937 edition, Gollum bet his ring as part of the riddle with Bilbo and let Bilbo take the ring. Like he's like, you won it fair and square.
Willingly.
So, and he let him go with the ring.
So that's not what it says, Joe.
Well, I'm sorry.
Look, it says Bilbo wins, but then he already had the ring in his pocket. And Gollum is like upset that he can't. He was going to give him the ring, but he couldn't because Bilbo already had it. And he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I can't give it to you." He was like upset that he couldn't give it to him,
Mm.
and then he showed him the way out. So both ways, Bilbo just flat out takes this ring that he
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's true. And then apparently, when Tolkien started writing Lord of the Rings, he realized he was like, "Oh no, the ring is going to be the center of the story, and it needs to be evil." So then he rewrote the chapter "Riddles in the Dark" and changed it, and that came out. That was in 1951, I think. That's when the revision happened, and that's the version we all know.
that's in that explanation of the revision was in the front of the book that I have. And then when I was reading it, I was like, what does this mean? Like, I couldn't understand it. But he's saying that Bilbo told Gandalf and the dwarves the first story at first.
Yes.
But that's not really happened.
Yes, it's supposed to be like an unreliable narrator situation where the narrator's lying.
I was like, is this the right version of The Hobbit? Like, I didn't understand what it meant when I was reading it. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, wow, that's funny that it's actually in your version. It says that.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what version
I wonder if I could get our hands on that.
Go look.
I'm sure you could probably find the actual like old chapter just like online and read it.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, here we go. Skeeter's posting a picture of a first edition printing.
Oh, is that all?
Is this on eBay or Amazon? It's
actually I'm not sure.
$426,000.
It's used, but it's very good.
But you know what the stupid part about this is? They're gonna try to charge you $40 for shipping. Are you fucking kidding me? If you're selling something for over $400,000, the shipping should be free.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at that point, aren't you like, you'll just pay the $40?
Right. If you're also if you're willing to spend $400.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that part, Jen.
About shipping costs.
Yeah, I wouldn't be worried about shipping costs if I was the seller either. So this is a seller who's just like, no, I want to get every penny I can out of this book.
Look, a book is a book is a book. It costs
just like Peter Jackson. Is it Peter Jackson selling this?
Oh my.
So I did do a reread of this book. I just finished it a couple of days ago, and I felt like I was due. I read this book, I feel like every 8-9 years or so. And I still find stuff in it that I don't remember happening.
That's good.
Or don't remember it happening that way. And I guess maybe I'm partially, because I do picture the cartoon when I'm reading it sometimes. Well, a lot of times. It's hard to get that out of my memory because the cartoon's so great and bad at the same time.
The cartoon is unbelievable. And it's funny because
I feel like it captures the spirit of the book very well.
It does.
And this movie does
really
not.
Does. No, it does not. Spoiler alert for the end. But I do the same thing, and that's like, you know, I've reread the book since I've seen this first movie, and I picture nothing from the movie.
No,
like when I think of when I read the book, not a frame.
What about you? Don't picture Azog when you read the book?
Oh my god!
No, I
do you picture Radagast riding a bunny sled when you read the book?
Oh my gosh! Stop. Even though I really love the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and I love Gandalf in those films. I still picture cartoon Gandalf as Gandalf when I read the books.
Ah, yes, and the songs are the songs from the cartoon.
Yeah.
Come
on.
There's a lot of songs in this book too. I always forget how many songs. I remember some of them, and then I'm like, well, there's a lot of songs. And they all seem to make up these songs on the spot. Like they all
know them.
And they all know them too, yes.
It's like Enchanted. Like, am I the only person who doesn't know this?
Yes.
I was wrong about the amount of singing that was going to be in the live action because I just assumed there would be no singing, and I was dead wrong.
Oh, no, they have to do. It's like, I feel like it's in the contract, like always, like you have to do some of the songs no matter what. Like that's one sticking point.
I think we'll get more into the movie later, but I think I remember first time watching the film, like, not, I'm okay, I'm with it, and
Yeah.
I didn't like when they do the song about Bilbo not wanting him to break the plates,
Yeah.
and it becomes an elaborate like dance number.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is not going to be a good movie. Oh, yeah, thanks. That was like I think that was my first inkling. Like, this is not going. This is not going to go well. It might be before then.
It could have been that.
It was that.
I think it was when when they finally left Bag End, and it was 40 minutes into the movie, and they were only leaving Bag End at that point.
I remember leading over to, and it's a little bit off, but the scene that is behind us, for those of you who are not listening but watching this on YouTube, is the scene of Bilbo running out of Bag End and saying, I'm going on an adventure.
Yeah.
And I remember leaning over to Joe in the theater and going, the cartoon is over already. like it took this long to just get him out of his house. What are we watching?
This is literally like 20 something pages in the book.
Yeah.
It's 40 minutes in the movie. And nothing really happens at all.
No.
Now, all right, so wait, before we get into the movie, let's talk a little bit about the making, like getting into like the production of this movie, because this was like a decades-long legal battle.
Yeah.
So New Line held the rights, and then a massive legal dispute broke out between Peter Jackson and New Line over Lord of the Rings profits.
Mm.
And then MGM had partial rights for distribution, and it just kind of was like a stalemate. I remember this. Guillermo del Toro was originally hired to be the director, and I was kind of excited about that. And I feel like at that point, remember, like the number of movies just kept growing. It was like, it's going to be one movie, and then it's like, well, they're going to make two movies,
right?
And then like it was like, oh, well, they're going to make two movies, but the second movie is really going to be a lot of like a in between the Hobbit, Lord of the Rings thing, and then it was. Like, I remember there being so many rumors and thoughts about what this was going to be, and then it was going to be three movies, and it was like, okay, and then it was like, oh no, it's going to be just the Hobbit spread out over three movies, and I was like, what?
It made a lick of sense.
They took the Lord of the Rings,
right,
which is what, 3 times the length of probably almost 4 times the length of the Hobbit, and that's 3 movies, and then they said, well, let's take one book, the shortest of those 4 books, and make that 3 movies. It was immediately obvious to me that this was just a money grab.
Yeah.
That's
you're 100% right, man. I remember, and like when the thought in the fan community was, hey, they're gonna do like the Hobbit, and I think it was gonna be called The Hunt for Gollum was gonna be the second movie, and it was gonna be like, it was gonna be an Aragorn, like, was gonna be like the lead, and it was gonna be him like looking for Gollum. It'd be all the stuff like between the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings.
I think there's going to be some Saruman stuff going on in there too, right?
That's coming out. You guys know that, right? The
Hunt for sure.
No, it's casted and everything.
Is that the cartoon? Is that a cartoon one? Or?
It's live action.
Oh.
Elijah Wood is in it. I don't know if, I don't think that Viggo Mortensen is playing Aragorn, but I heard that Kate Winslet is in it. I don't know who she's playing. And I read today, I don't know if it's true or not, that Anya Taylor-Joy was supposed to be playing Arwen.
She looks like an elf.
Yeah, that one I'm not 100% sure. Oh, and Andy Serkis is directing. Yes, thank you, Danny. This is like it's really happening.
Yeah, I'm not going to go see.
I can't wait till it's a trilogy as well.
No, it's
maybe I'll see that because
so far, it's one movie.
Maybe I'll see that because there's no real text about that. There's a little bit of text about that, so like they can make it up as long as it's good.
Ian McKellen just, I don't know. Even in this, I thought it was weird because he's like much older looking than.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And
Ian McKellen
now he's
looks
going to do The
so
Hunt for Gollum, which is also supposed to take place before. I know he's not even really supposed to be changing the way he looks at all, and now he's getting worse.
Right.
But I don't know. Whatever. They'll just CGI his face. They do great things with CGI, especially in this movie. So I'm sure it'll look great.
Yeah, I mean, when you said Viggo's not coming back,
I don't know.
Well, he shouldn't. But... He's double the age.
Well, so
he was when he last played. Elijah Wood.
He
I
still
will
looks
say
young. He still looks young.
young.
Well, Viggo Mortensen was old to play Aragorn to begin with, I think. Aragorn's 80. I know.
Aragorn's 90.
Yeah.
I
know, but I think he was supposed to look younger. Whatever. He was perfect.
Yeah.
Yes,
but,
yes. Well, they had Stuart Townsend, remember, was originally cast, who was much younger than Viggo Mortensen, but probably about 10 years.
And amongst other things, I think there were other issues, but like one of the issues were like as they were filming, like, oh, he's too young. He's too young for the role.
They probably just used that as an excuse.
There were other things as well.
Yeah. But yeah, sorry. Anyway.
No, I was just going to say, so Martin Freeman was basically first choice. I think Peter Jackson immediately was like, that was who he had in his head for it. Apparently, he wanted Martin Freeman so bad that they actually shut down production of the movie so he could go film Sherlock, the TV show, because he was on that. So he made that accommodation for Martin Freeman because he's like, he wanted Martin Freeman to be Bilbo. And I don't think Martin Freeman's bad in this at all.
No, he's good.
He's don't. Okay. I think, I think his performance is good. I think the script is not where it needs to be or where it should be. But I think it was very inspired casting. I think I was very excited when I heard that he was going to be Bilbo.
Yeah.
I thought he would be a good Bilbo, and I think he was a good young Ian Holm as well. So
yes.
Yeah.
So there were rumors going around that James McAvoy or Daniel Radcliffe could have been Bilbo. Imagine Daniel Radcliffe in this movie.
I thought he would be too young.
At that point, right, in life, he would probably be a little too young, right?
Yeah, it'd be like he was like, what, 20?
Something, yeah, maybe.
But Martin Freeman looks like Ian Holm.
He does.
Very similar looking. I don't think the other two guys look like him at all. So
James McAvoy might be able to pass for him.
James McAvoy is such a good actor. I wouldn't mind it.
I know.
Yeah,
right. But Bilbo's not supposed to be young. He's supposed to be like
he's supposed to be old. He's older than Frodo is in the Lord of the Rings.
50. Yeah.
He's around 50, and Frodo's like 30 something, right? 33 or something. I forget what it is. Something weird like that.
Like
that's Jesus.
Frodo, and like Jesus is the only one who was 33. Jen,
Frodo is 33 on Bilbo's birthday.
And then don't
his 11th birthday.
10 years supposed to pass.
They have
They
have
in
the
books,
same birthday.
He's in his 40s when he leaves. Yeah, because it's a long time between the birthday and when he goes out.
I don't think that's
in the movies. It's like the same day.
In the movie, he just like reads a book and comes back. Goes right to where he needs to be.
Yeah, but Bilbo is still older than that. Even Bilbo's in his 50s. He's solidly a middle-aged.
He's like that's like a 40-something-year-old man. I would say, right?
Like Martin Freeman is the right age. Right age to play Bilbo.
I would say late 30s, early 40s is the equivalent, Hobbit equivalent of 50.
Yep, that works for me.
And Frodo's supposed to be in his like 20s.
They age slower, so Bilbo's 111. That's not like a 111-year-old person, and Frodo's 33. That's like 21.
Okay.
Yeah. So Bilbo is in like human years is probably in his late 30s, early 40s. I would say.
Oh, I'm reversing it.
Equivalent of that.
Years. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So there were more issues with the filming of this movie. I feel like they should have just took the signs and stopped. There was a New Zealand Actors Union boycotted over the film for contracts. They almost had to move the production to Eastern Europe. Just when filming was about to begin, Peter Jackson was hospitalized.
A lacerated, right? An ulcer.
Yeah, ulcer. Yep. Perforated ulcer. And then, of course, and this is even all right. So we talked about how it was supposed to be one film, then two films. At the time when they started production, it was going to be two films. They decided late in production to make a third film, which is interesting. And that required massive pickups. So they had to go back and refilm a bunch of stuff, I guess, because they had to rewrite the story after it was already done being filmed. That's a real good idea. But
what if instead of two movies, we made 3 movies. and
But here's
made
my thought.
another third of the money that we made.
If they had to already have basically planned to stop where they were going to stop this movie, if they were going to make this into 2 movies, they were going to cram to the rest of the book into the second movie?
No, maybe they just re-edited it.
Yeah, they could have just said like,
Do you think they took stuff out? They had filmed stuff for later in the book and they took it out and just like ended it earlier?
This movie definitely has stuff in it that doesn't need to be here.
Yeah.
So the climax could have
Plenty
been
of that to go around.
Yeah, instead of the climax being what it is, the climax could have been whatever. I don't know, something that happens halfway through movie 2.
That's insane. That's another.
I'm trying to think. It could be. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the timeline is, but it could be like the barrels, or whatever, or the start of the second of part 2 of the film. Yeah.
Well, let's see. I'll tell you what the middle chapter is. So this is 19 chapters. This book. So chapter 8 is it's in Mirkwood with the flies. So they could have ended, and then the chapter after that is the wood elves and escaping with the barrels.
But I'm saying, yeah, the barrels could have been like.
It could have been like ended with the wood elves rescuing them from the spiders, or that whole scene.
Yeah.
And then and they end in the prison of the wood elves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then like part 2 begins with the escape of the barrels. Nice action sequences.
Yeah.
In the second half of it.
So, despite our thoughts and feelings about this movie, it was around $180 million budget. Not that expensive. But don't worry, because the movie made over $1 billion worldwide.
Just this movie?
Just this movie. So while we sit here and, disparage this movie, they're laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah, and I think, plenty of people like this film, like just legitimately like it.
Yeah.
I'm happy for them.
Yes.
I would never want to take joy away from another person.
There are things that I like about this movie. We talked about one of them being the casting of Martin Freeman. I think that's really well done. I think there are other things.
I like Gollum.
Yes, I honestly, like watching that scene, like the Gollum Bilbo, the Riddles in the Dark scene. I'm like, I feel like they just really wanted to do this scene.
Yeah,
like that's what they really wanted. They just wanted to do this scene.
Yeah,
and they should have just done that scene. It made it a short film. Yeah. It still would have made $1 billion.
I do. It was good. I still feel like the cartoon version of that scene is better.
It's better done.
It's better done. I, honest to God, think it was better done in the cartoon. And I didn't dislike the version in the movie. I thought it was good, but I think the cartoon one is just so good.
Yeah,
Jen.
So one thing, because Jen mentioned that Andy Serkis is going to be filming, he'll be directing this midquel, if you will. Andy Serkis, the first thing they filmed for this movie was that scene, right?
Yes.
First thing was filmed. They filmed it kind of like a play. Everything was long takes. It was just running through the whole scene. We'll change their setup, run through the whole scene again, that sort of thing. And it was over many days to get the whole thing done. Then Andy Serkis just stuck around and was the second unit director on the film. So Andy Serkis directed part of these movies.
Yeah,
a lot of the action sequences, a lot of the
B-roll stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty cool for him. Yes, his performance as Gollum was good. I noticed a flaw, and this is a continuity error in the book, I believe. And otherwise maybe I'm just not grasping something. So Gollum, and this is in the book too, he doesn't know what Bilbo is. He's very confused, what is it?
Yeah.
I've never seen something like this before. But he was a hobbit. So why would
he forget what he is?
Did he forget? I think it's more of a retcon thing where Tolkien didn't know that he was a hobbit and made him a hobbit after the fact.
Could he have forgotten?
He could have. He doesn't really
Because
remember
he said,
that
"I forgot
he's
the."
Smeagol.
What does he say in the Return of the King? Like in the movie, like I forgot the the taste of bread or the sound of trees. Or what at the beginning when Gollum, you see Gollum, the Gollum flashback, and then he's like, there's like a voiceover of him becoming Gollum.
Oh, right.
Okay,
Or
yes.
something.
Oh, yeah. When
So
Andy
maybe I mean
Serkis,
it's
Smeagol,
like
and Deagle.
5,000 years, right? Like
No, it's not that long ago.
no,
No,
500
that whole
years?
Smeagol stuff.
What does Galadriel say at the beginning?
It's a
How many
long
years
time.
he had the ring? I thought she said.
I don't remember.
I think
It's like-
hundreds, maybe not thousands.
Yeah.
I swear she says 5,000 years.
No,
The ring was made
no.
5,000 years ago, maybe, but
Yeah, the whole.
but
thing
she hasn't
isn't
had it that long.
Hold on,
Yeah.
I'm gonna find it. See if I can find it.
I don't think it's
Wait.
that long. Yeah, you check that out.
Yeah, it doesn't make him immortal. It just extends his
No,
life.
Galadriel's opening monologue. For 500 years. For 500 years, it poisoned his mind.
Okay.
That's what.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I didn't even think it was that long, but so I apparently blocked out a lot of this movie because I didn't remember a bunch of things, and as I was watching it, I was starting to remember. I think Tom, before we even got to that part, you said with the dwarves singing and doing a dance number that you thought this movie wasn't going to be good. Was the beginning with the, I don't know, what was it, like 10-minute long flashback intro?
Yeah.
Which
Oh, yeah.
I didn't like getting all the information up front. One, I hate when movies try to cram like a bunch of backstory in up front with a flashback.
Right.
Like Fellowship of the Ring?
Yes. Fellowship of the Ring
that?
does it too. I don't like it in movies general because it's like too much information right up front. I got to remember all that and then get into the movie. I would have preferred that they spread it out over the course of the movie, and they did do a flashback. I think they did do a flashback later on. I think that was the whole Thorn, right? Was that the Thorn, or was that the beginning?
That's the beginning.
Is that part of the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, there's too much. Just spread it out over the movie. And then, did we really need to go back to Frodo? Like, did we need all of that intro with Ian Holm? Like,
you did when you had to make it 3 movies.
And I feel like they brought and then, obviously Elrond's supposed to be in it. Let's have that. That's fine. But then Galadriel shows up and Saruman. And I'm like,
the Hobbit All-Stars.
Let's just bring everybody back from Lord of the Rings. Let's just put them in this movie, even though they don't need to be in here or aren't there. Like, why do we do, why?
Well, it says that was like in the appendices or something, that meeting took place. It's a real thing, which I didn't know until after I saw the movie.
Well, it doesn't happen at Rivendell though. He goes.
Oh, I don't know.
It's after they leave and he splits up. He splits up. He splits off from them. He leaves them and he goes to a council with the wizards. I'm pretty sure he says
Gandalf,
a wizards
you
council.
talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Gandalf goes to a wizards council. I don't know if there's mention. And to be honest, there's so much other book stories. Like there's the Unfinished Tales and the Lost Tales. And there's all little bits of Tolkien's writing where he does fill in some of these gaps and talk about like, what was happening at this time with this character that's, that is not in the story proper at the time. So I don't know, maybe Galadriel was there, but I thought it was a wizards council they mentioned in the book.
I thought so too.
But yeah, they're just bringing everybody back. But I felt like we didn't need that whole beginning with like Frodo at the present day or whatever in the beginning of Lord of the Rings. And then it's actually in between in the Fellowship of the Ring because
it's like Frodo's going outside to read.
Yes,
it's like right at the beginning of Fellowship when he first sees Gandalf.
It's literally like the morning of
I have a confession to make that I realized. How many times have I seen the Fellowship of the Ring? Right, like
I don't know,
100. So he tells Frodo, "Don't let anybody come up to talk to me unless it's about the party." And on the door, which it says in Fellowship, no admittance except on party business.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand that meant like the birthday party. I don't know what I always thought. I thought like party, like a person.
Oh, wow.
Like,
Oh, like
you're the party. I don't know. I just never put together that was about like party business. Like
His birthday party. Yeah.
I until this, I was like, oh, a party business. I just never knew what that
Okay,
meant.
so that's not where I thought you were going with it. I
No,
thought you were
not
going
at
like
all.
you didn't realize it was like a play on words and like Gandalf is a member of his adventuring party.
Okay, yeah.
And so like Gandalf is there on that sort of party business.
Well, it doesn't say that in the flashback when he comes there.
No.
It's only on the day of the party.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just thought it was like on party, like business that we have as two parties. I just never got that was about the birthday party.
Yes, it was birthday party business.
Now I do. Oh, party business.
Cut it out. We don't need it. We didn't need this whole intro scene whatsoever.
Yeah, they did it, I think, because they were worried that even like that people wouldn't understand that it was a prequel. Like that's why they put it in.
They wouldn't
It
understand that
could've been-
Bilbo is younger.
Yeah.
It could've
But
been a
Gandalf looks
villain.
older.
They needed up more stuff. So
No, they
maybe put
didn't.
that-
Jen, this
No,
movie
to make
is
it- no.
almost 3 hours long.
No, they
didn't
needed
need more stuff.
because they were stretching the story of 2 films into 3 films, regardless
but-
of the fact that they didn't all need to be 3 hours long.
Yes,
But
exactly.
They
You
were
could have
probably
been
like, okay,
3
well, this
2-hour
one
films.
is only 2 hours and 15 minutes, so what are we going to put? Stretch it out.
Way too short.
Call Elijah.
Yeah, I also do think there's a little bit of like, you know, we're doing the Lord of the Rings prequel. We've got to get like the star in it somehow, even though he's not in the story at all.
Gandalf.
'Cause
You
he's
have
not born.
Gandalf.
I know, but like I know. I'm talking from
Ian
a
McKellen,
filmmaker
damn it.
point-
People would be in the crowd like, where's Frodo?
Yeah.
No, Frodo's like a little,
Frodo's not
Not
even
born
born
no,
yet.
you're born yet.
Yes.
Frodo's not born yet. What do you mean? Where's Frodo? You gotta get
Yeah,
Frodo
where's
in this
Frodo?
movie.
Frodo's
Well-
trying to be-
That's the executives watching the first cut.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is Frodo?
Yeah, you gotta,
Right.
you gotta explain to people where Frodo is.
Get him in
Well,
there.
He's not born.
They're gonna
yet.
be they're gonna be so confused. But they actually
Where's
did
baby
a test.
Frodo?
They did a
Yeah.
test screening of this without that whole beginning intro. And
Right.
the number one question was, "Where's Frodo?"
Where's
So they're like, "I guess we gotta bring it. Let's call up Elijah. Let's put Let's put Frodo in there." You know, what I noticed a lot of in this movie too is they really do a lot, put a lot of effort in connecting this to Lord of the Rings, but in a way as if Lord of the Rings hasn't come out yet and they're setting it up. There's like a bunch of scenes like that in this movie, and I'm like, why are you setting up the movies that have already come out already, and everyone who's seen those movies is watching this movie?
Give me an example. What do you mean?
Jen, I have so many notes. When I get to it, I made a comment in
I feel
here
like-
about
I
it
feel
at
like-
some
I feel
point.
like-
I've just got so many notes though I can't find
We
it.
better get started because I have like 50 notes as well. So
We're almost an hour in. We've barely spoken about the movie yet.
We've talked a lot about the
Yeah,
movie.
That's true, I guess, in certain ways.
We did. We talked about the
That's true, we did.
we talked about the intro. That's about as far as we've gotten into it.
And near the end, but that's it.
Yeah. I don't know. We just want to go off a list here of things I don't like about this movie. How a bunch of some of the dwarves look like dwarves and the other ones just look like small people.
Keely is just a guy, and I understand why they did
So
that because
Thorin.
something's gonna come up with him later. But Thorin has a prosthetic nose on. I think.
Does he?
I think so.
I think every dwarf except for Keely is wearing a prosthetic torso. Some of them are more muscular, some of them are fatter, and then some of them are very,
A
very
prosthetic
fat.
torso or just like heavy extra jackets underneath or something?
No, it's padding. It's padding. So I'm gonna go now that you brought this up. Before the movie came out, Entertainment Weekly did a big spread, big
I
write-up
remember.
on the movie.
Yeah.
Right? I was so excited. I love Entertainment Weekly. I get it. And I'm going through, and they're highlighting all the different dwarves, and like this is this dwarf's backstory. This is, and I was like, oh no, So even before the movie came out, after you name the dwarves, I don't give a shit about any individual dwarf.
No,
And,
you know that Bomber's the fat one.
That one.
Because
right?
they constantly talk about how he's fat, and they don't talk about how he's fat at all in the movie. So come on,
No.
What do you mean?
They don't.
He just is fat.
He just
a bunch
is.
of fat jokes, though.
Are
There's
there?
at least one that I could think of where he's
there's
about
one.
to break the chair, and they throw a sausage,
Yes.
and he catches it, and the chair breaks.
Yeah, but they don't ever call him fat because we can't do that.
Oh, okay. We're just laughing at his fatness.
We just laugh at his fatness.
Yeah.
Wait, I know Balin and Glowin because those are Gimli's relations.
Right, like
Glowin's his uncle. Right?
Glowin's his uncle.
father.
Oh, father.
And
Sorry,
Balin's
father.
his uncle.
Yeah,
Balin's
Balin's
his
and Balin's the one in his grave there, right? And
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I was like, if the movie is spending any time trying to get us to care about any individual dwarf that is not Thorin, the movie is wasting its time. We shouldn't care. I shouldn't even know these actors' names. None of them should be like, they should all be in the end credits. They're just guys.
I agree with you.
That's what the story should be. I shouldn't care about any of them. They're not going to be stars. And the other thing that bothered me is that when they cast Richard Armitage, I think, right, as Thorin, they talked about how they wanted to make sure that he was sexy. And I was like, what in the ever-living fuck are you talking about?
Thorin is the worst in this movie.
Like,
I hate
Thorin.
Thorin.
I haven't noted that Thorin's an asshole.
Thorin's
a complete
that's
asshole.
right. He should be. Thorin's awful.
But Thorin in the book is not as big of a dick as he is in the movie.
No, he's a little bit of a dick in the books, but more of just like, but not like this Thorin.
He's not like super dramatic and cool.
Who seems very
he's
very emo. This Thorin.
Yes.
He's all He's like one of the brooding kids from South Park.
He is. And like to me, Thorin should. And maybe this is a little bit influenced by the cartoon as well, but Thorin should be old. Like, these guys are all, like, kind of past their prime and, like, desperate enough that they're going to use this guy as the 14th member of their party. They shouldn't be, like, young, cool, fighting. No, come on.
Yeah.
They're, like,
they're
men
dwarves.
without a home.
Well, they've gotten, I mean, Tom, we're talking about, they've gotten the whole tone of the movie wrong. They tried to make it more like Lord of the Rings instead of leaning into the kind of, I guess, non-serious, youthful story, fairy tale story type of vibe that the book has. And I think that's where they really missed the mark. This is too brooding and serious. Right. And they keep, and Jen, you asked me for an example about how they feel like they're just setting up the Lord of the Rings is, they keep trying to connect it all to the bigger story of like, this is all connected and like there's all these other things going on that are bad happening. And I was like, no, it's not. It's the Hobbit. They're just going on a trip to go get their gold back. And they're making it more like, there's Erebor and the dwarfs, the seven dwarf, like, what is this? Thorin met with the seven kingdoms and they wouldn't come and help them on this mission. I'm like, that's not what happens, right? It's just these guys all got together and were like, we want to go get our mountain back.
Right.
It's not like they were like, it's not that they tried to get like rally troops and nobody wanted to. These guys were more like, we want our treasure. They're very greedy in the story.
They are. And they're also like, they're nomadic because their home has been taken away from them. And I feel like
they really get into that there.
Right. Well, there's I don't know. Yeah, it's I think you hit the nail on the head here. Like the tone is just so like far, like there's a lightness to it. Like again, going back to the scene that like, if you are watching the YouTube, the scene that we have, or like Bilbo running out of his house after the party, I'm going on an adventure. Whatever. that scene sticks out like a sore thumb in this movie because it's light and he seems excited, and it's fun, and that should even when they're, even the scene with the trolls or whatever, or at any point of danger, it's not grave danger. It's just danger for these 14 schmucks. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. And then they start like, all right, 40 minutes, they leave Bag End, finally. And then we get orcs who are stalking them, which is this whole, this is where I was just like,
Dumb.
This is so fucking, like, what are they doing?
So we're going to find out that, like why they're doing this, or is it because Azog?
Yeah, Azog wants revenge.
Potentially the worst thing I've ever seen in a movie. Like, why does he look so bad?
Because there was a guy who played Azog live, and then in post, he's like, oh, he's not scary enough.
Really?
So they got a different guy to do motion capture and insert him over the guy who played Azog in the live footage.
Who played him? Is it anybody, or just like a stunt guy?
No, yeah, I don't know. I don't remember the actor's name.
Every orc in this movie is bad. I don't know why they didn't use any practical effects on the orcs. But especially Azog, he looks so bad. I hate every time he comes on screen. I'm mad. I'm thinking of Lord of the Rings, how good everything looked, like all the practical makeup, even that orc in Return of the King with like the weird head.
Yeah.
Like that's real.
Manu Bennett is
it's
the
like
guy
a
who played
it's like a
Azog.
video game that they just like put into a movie.
Oh, I know him. He's Crixus in the Spartacus.
I want to see the footage because how bad could it have been?
Was he the original person?
No, I don't believe he was. I believe Manu played
did the motion
capture.
Well, I mean, it's not his fault. But
no, it's not that guy's fault. It's
that they wrote this whole story into it.
No, I mean, it's not his fault. It looks awful either. I mean, his acting is fine, but I just can't even look at the character. It's like a smooth nothing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just can't. Plus, which I also read from our research that people didn't like the frame rate, and this is different. So the whole movie, I'm just looking at this movie. I'm like, why does this look so bad? Is it the lighting? Like, what is it?
They double the frame rate.
It's 48 frames per second.
Why would they do that?
Because it apparently looks better when you watch it in 3D, which is part of the reason it made $1 billion, because they were able to sell the tickets for double the price.
But it's looks bad. It just doesn't look good. It looks like it looks like a TV show or something of Lord of the Ring. Even when you're in Rivendell, I'm like, okay, this should look like it just something's off about it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't notice that, and I guess because I was so much angrier about other things. Azog, this whole storyline, get it out. I don't need this. We don't need this. I mean, Azog, I think, is mentioned in The Hobbit as like the orc that killed his father, Thorin's father, and that's it. He just mentions it.
Right.
They're not being stalked by orcs for the whole entire movie.
Well, I would say this.
Are they trying to create, I guess, like a sense of urgency?
There's a lot of orc attack. Like in the books, it's just like, oh, I guess there's just orcs everywhere. So I guess they were like, oh,
well, the same orcs that they got away from just followed them into the woods at the end.
Yeah.
Like, they just
there's only they encounter
and
them.
Then the wargs, they get on wargs and they chase them out of the mountain.
Yeah, that's all there is.
It's not a separate.
And
all those orcs, I guess, are dead. I don't know.
Well, we're getting into like the whole orc goblin thing too, which was another.
That bothers me, and that's in Lord of the Rings too. That they're like interchangeable words, orcs and goblins.
Yeah, that was the whole thing, and there's actually I don't know if it's in this version. There's like a note in the beginning of some of the books about orcs and goblins.
Not the same thing.
But here it is.
I want to read it
interchangeably in the Lord of the Rings too.
Here we go.
In the closed captioning of this, it says orcs make this noise, and then goblins make this noise. And I'm like, they're both. Like they call them. They call them both the same.
In a little like preface in the book, it says orc is not an English word. It occurs in one or two places, but is usually translated goblin or hobgoblin for the larger kind. Orc in the Hobbit's form of the name orc is the Hobbit's form of the name given at that time to these creatures and is not connected at all with our orc applied to sea animals or dolphins. So it's the same
Orca?
thing. There's no different.
They're the same thing.
It's-
Orcs and
yeah.
goblins are the same.
Orcs and goblins are the same. It's just another name for them. Like, this culture calls
Yeah.
them orcs and this other
No,
culture
'cause, like,
calls them goblins.
Even when Frodo pulls the sword out in Fellowship, and they're like, goblins. And I'm like, you just told me it glows when orcs come. This is the same. Why did you just use the same word throughout? I don't understand.
Well, I think that was Peter Jackson's fault in Lord of the Rings, which was, I remember one of the things I disliked about Lord of the Rings. Like, they're not different things. They just used a different word.
Right, but in the same scene, they'll say orcs and goblins. Like, it's
But
not
they're
like these
clearly
guys
two
are-
different things because they look
No, they're
different.
not.
No, I mean, in the movies, the orcs and the goblins look different.
What
Like,
are the goblins then?
the goblins are the ones in the mountain.
Those aren't orcs. I thought those were orcs, and then the Uruk-hai are the big ones. Those are like the.
Those are
the
just
tree-
like a
they come
clan
grown
or
out of the
breed
ground.
of goblin / orc. That's all.
No, the orcs attack them with the cave troll because that's when the sword glows blue, and the sword's
Wait.
supposed to glow blue when the orcs come.
What
in
book are you
Fellowship.
talking about?
I'm talking about Fellowship now. You said
Yeah. So
wait,
okay,
goblins and orcs are different in this movie. You're saying,
Yes,
so here's
they
the
look
thing, here's the thing,
different.
right? Yeah.
but they're
You-
not different.
They're not different. So he in the Hobbit, I was just kind of reading up on it when we were talking. So in the Hobbit, he uses goblins, more right. He doesn't really
Yes.
say orcs. This is Tolkien, right? And then he changes it to orc for the Lord of the Rings for the most part, and kind of retro. This is another kind of like retcon. Goblins are like what hobbits call orcs.
Okay.
So they're
Yes.
all orcs.
Yeah.
But like a hobbit calls it a goblin, and since Bilbo is the main character
Yes.
of the Hobbit, that's why he says there's goblins in the mountain.
Yes.
'Cause that's
No,
what
I'm saying in
hobbits
this
call
movie,
orcs.
the orcs that are chasing them look different than the goblins in the mountain. They look
Yeah.
clearly like they're two different kind of species.
Oh, well,
They
they're,
do.
They're, I don't
Yeah.
think they're supposed. I mean, unless they're just like the goblins in the mountain look different because they
Yeah,
live in
and
the
the-
mountain, and these goblins. It's like
Yeah.
these humans look different than the ones that live over here, but they're both like
No-
like I was saying.
Nonsense,
They'll
Jen.
say
I
like
don't see differences.
orcs. Yeah, orcs are orcs grown or whatever, and then like 2 seconds later say like goblin shrieks, and I'm like, what? Just use the same
Yeah.
word. I don't know. Whatever, but
Um,
yes, okay, fine. They're all orcs.
why Radagast?
What am I thinking?
Why?
Of?
What are we doing,
I
Radagast?
don't know.
And why does he have
Well,
bird shit in his hair? Like, can't this fucking
Yeah.
guy not
He's
have bird shit
high.
in his hair?
Saruman does not like him. He's embarrassing.
Why is he embarrassing? He can't just be like a guy who likes animals. He has to be like
For
a complete-
Saruman, he's embarrassing to Saruman.
No, I'm saying he is embarrassing. He's a mess. Why does he have bird shit in his hair? Like it's like
He's
Oh,
walking
be a
around
druid?
with
Just be a
bird
guy
shit in
who
his
Is he a
hair.
druid? He has to
The, the entire movie, he has. It's not even like the first scene he has bird shit in his hair and then he cleans it out. No, he just keeps it in his hair all the
He
time.
doesn't shower.
I guess
There's
not.
no shower. I don't
Well, he doesn't bathe. Whatever. He
Yeah.
doesn't bathe.
Just get rid of. Sorry, Radagast, you gotta go. Get out of this
Radagast.
movie. Radagast,
Get out of here,
We're
Radagast.
aghast
get out of here.
at Radagast.
Well, how are we gonna know that the Dol Guldur is a light with I don't know. Sauron, because again, we've got to, here we go, we've got to set up Lord of the Rings because
That's Sauron,
Sauron,
right?
yeah,
And he-
Sauron,
And
there
he,
we,
and he raised the Witch King from his tomb. Or is that
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah, so
getting at here?
we've
and
got
then
to,
he dropped his sword and just left it somewhere.
yeah,
Oh, who
Uh,
gave it to him? Radagast got it, but he got
Yeah.
it
Yes.
from Dol Guldur, which is a place
Yeah.
I've never heard of. Okay.
it's mentioned in the book, and I think,
Okay.
right, because, so this sort of happens in the book, but like this is like one of Gandalf's trips, right? He goes away
Yeah.
and the wizard, he goes, meets with the wizards, and then they go defeat the necromancer. He mentions that, Gandalf,
But
in
it's
the
Sauron.
Hobbit. Yes,
Right.
but that's Sauron. Yes, Sauron is the necromancer.
That's
But is Saruman still good at this point?
I don't know. He doesn't
Yeah.
he doesn't seem like he's good. He's shutting down everything everyone's saying. He's like, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's nothing. It's just
I love that
it's just a
Yeah, he's
sorcerer.
Saruman's talking and Galadriel and Gandalf are over here having a full conversation, not listening to a word Saruman is saying. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, this is stuff that's like actually happening in the side story. But like
Right.
we don't need it. Get rid of it. I don't need this. maybe that part was cool with the, mentioning of Sauron and stuff, but not mentioning Sauron, but the necromancer part. I'm going to assume in these later movies that we're going to see Gandalf go there and fight the necromancer. Maybe Saruman too, and Radagast, I'm going to guess. They're all going to fight the necromancer.
Oh, okay.
That's I'm pretty. I have no idea, but my guess is that's going to happen in one of these
how do they beat him?
movies.
So he doesn't have a body, right? Like, what is he? Like, it's just.
I don't know. They don't talk about it
because we don't.
You'll find out.
We don't know.
He's just like a fire eye going like this.
I don't.
No, he's not. Well, not as the necromancer, but
okay.
I'm gonna guess he looks like some sort of undead creature or something.
And then
he's possessing a dead body
if
of some
memory
sort. I have no idea.
serves, the necromancer is a voice by someone who is a different character in these movies.
Oh, they did like a John Rhys Davies type thing with a tree beard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, isn't John Rhys Davies also Smaug? Smaug.
No, Benedict Cumberbatch is.
Benedict Cumberbatch. That's right. Getting ahead of ourselves, though. Yeah. I have a note here. Why are the trolls acting like the Three Stooges?
Well, they would like that in the book.
No, I know that, but like, they're literally hitting each other, and one's got a high. He's like, "Hey, boss!" It's like almost like, "Hey, boss!" What do you mean? Like,
well, here's another example. The three trolls are played by three of the dwarves. I don't know which ones because they're meaning. I feel bad for these actors, but they're meaningless to me, and I refuse to acknowledge.
Bert, Tom, and Bill.
Probably like Owen. And...
No, but like three of the dwarves play the.
Oh,
three,
you mean you don't care about them?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
that was
you, Tom. So it's
fair's fair.
Bert, Tom, and Bill. I just love that the names of the troll: William Troll, Bert Troll, and Tom Troll. And he came up, Tolkien, with all these cool names for the dwarves and Gandalf and Bilbo and all of these, and then it's just Bert, Tom, and Bill. These got to be people that he knew.
Right, I feel the same way. Like these are guys that he went to school with,
Yes.
All right. Yeah, it's a bunch of ancient, legendary creatures, and then three chimney sweeps.
Yeah. Can we stop talking about it and just end this episode? No, we've got a lot more to talk about.
Wait, no. Where are we up to? Are we even going? Oh, I have a note. Mirkwood is a slur. Like they call it Mirkwood. It's not really the name of it.
I don't know. It's on the map.
No, they said that in the movie that it's like the Greenwood, and they're calling it Mirkwood because it's getting murky or something.
Is that what the dwarves call Mirkwood? It's their.
I don't know. It was like that's like a mean way to refer to a place. I didn't.
Yeah, we had to throw in all that backstory about the dwarves and elves not liking each other, and
yeah, I thought it was funny that like the change in this movie is that the dwarves don't help. I mean, the elves don't help. The elves don't help.
Yeah. They just come and watch and stare at them.
Dramatically watch.
Yeah, and dramatically watch from a distance. Which again, it's a flashback. You need to convey it.
Also, like Thorin is not in the mountain when Smaug comes. That's why he's alive. But fine.
Yeah.
You can put him there.
Yeah, well, everything's got to be much more dramatic. Because you have to. Everything has to be personal. Everything seems personal with Thorin in this.
Yeah. And everybody knows who he is.
Yes, the Goblin King knows who he is. He's like, Thorin, like, oh, I didn't see you back there, Thorin.
Yeah.
Well. The Goblin King says, if it isn't Thorin Oakenshield. Some of the dialogue's pretty bad in this.
I'm sorry.
Wait. We have to go back because I thought that Galadriel.
What's that, Jack? Sorry.
I thought Galadriel was gonna kiss Gandalf.
Oh.
When she fixed his hair, I was like, "What's happening right now?" I was scared. Oh my god.
Oh boy. I have a funny line that I have written down here. I don't know, Alex. Like I was looking for anything. When they go to Rivendell and they're eating and they're talking about like, where's the meat? And like elves, I guess, are vegan. But I can't, one of them goes, have they got any chips or something like that? It's just like in the background.
But that's like kids. That's what's the problem is. It's like too silly at parts, and then it's supposed to be like super dramatic.
It does, and then
At
it's
other
scary.
parts.
Yes, exactly. I
It's
think they
like,
needed to
doesn't-
pick one tone and stick with it.
Yeah.
Preferably
like, there's
the
some
silly
funny parts
one.
in Lord of the Rings, but not like a couple of things with like Gimli and Legolas, but not
Yes.
like this.
There's very specifically.
And the Hobbits, Merry and Pippin can be very funny, but like
Yeah, I guess.
I will. Okay, so here we go. We've been, comparing this movie, very much unfavorably to the Hobbit cartoon. I do like that elves don't look like good goblins, which is what they look like in the Hobbit cartoon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The elves are like green and like.
Well, they also have like. Doesn't the king have like a
He had, like, a
moon and star
like,
crown or something?
Yeah,
or
it's just
halo?
it's floating above them. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So I like that I like movie elves. So
But those are only the wood elves because Elrond doesn't look like that.
Elrond looks like that. Yeah, he does.
Does he in the cartoon?
Yeah.
I thought he looked okay.
No, he's the one with the moon and he's the one with that star crown where he's.
Oh, that's
where
right. Yeah.
He has the map and he shows them.
Yeah.
Moon
in the
runes?
moonlight. You can. Yeah.
The moon runes.
That's my
Yeah.
favorite thing in the movie, moon runes. I just
That's
like saying it.
Your Lord of the Rings cover band. Slim pickings, but
Yeah.
that's what I got.
So I was saying before, right? How they're trying like they're making this much bigger this story than it really is, and
Right.
like trying to connect it to like the Lord of the Rings more, and it's like everybody in the movie knows it too, except for like Frodo, right? They all know that this is like much.
Bilbo, you mean?
Bilbo?
Sorry, Bilbo. Everybody except for
You
Bilbo.
legitimately confused me for a second. I'm like,
Yeah, sorry. Well,
Frodo's
Frodo is in
in
this
it.
movie, so
yeah, I know. That's what I'm like. Well, why should Frodo know? He doesn't even know what anything is.
yeah. When in reality, really only Gandalf should be the one who really knows that. But it's
Right.
like everybody knows. It's they're not just going on an adventure. This has bigger implications for everybody, which is too heavy.
It is. Like when you read The Hobbit builds,
Mhm.
to a point where like, it starts out where it's like a guy leaves his house with like, and he goes on an adventure, and like it ends with like, there's a dragon, and there's, spoiler alert, a battle with 5 armies, and it's like this huge build to that, not like setting the stakes right now that there's going to be this epic battle to come, because it's the only way things like this resolve.
Yeah. And when they do meet, that the meeting in Rivendell with Elrond and Galadriel shows up and Saruman shows up. This is one of those scenes where they're setting up the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah.
Where they're really trying to connect it to the movies. Again, as if those movies haven't come out yet and they're like hyping them up.
Right.
Right.
Samuel L. Jackson's talking about the Avengers Initiative.
Yes, it's just really weird that it was kind of written that way. I mean, things that I like, the Stone Giants. That was so cool when they did the Stone Giants. I really like that.
There you go.
They made sure to put those guys in. And I don't want to jump to the end yet, but there's another part towards the end that I like, but then it got ruined. So
It was almost good. Then it wasn't.
one thing about the Stone Giants, just a question. Was it me or did it look like the Stone Giants and all the rocks that they threw moved in slow motion?
Well, they're so big.
But the rocks that they threw,
Oh,
they would move very slow. Like you'd see them like this,
Yeah.
but the dwarves and Bilbo were all moving in regular speed.
I don't know.
I didn't notice the rocks.
It looked-
moving slowly.
Yes, they were. It looked
I
really
believe
weird.
you. I believe
Yeah, it looked weird.
Are the Stone Giants like in that part of the book?
Yeah. They see
Yeah,
them
it's
off
like
in
a-
the
Fighting
distance.
like that? Oh yeah,
Yes.
they don't
Yeah.
like. They're not like on the
No.
stone giant. Okay.
No, well, they can't. There can't ever be. There always has to be something exciting and threatening
Yes.
going on. Yeah, they're just like in the distance, I think, throwing
Okay.
stones, and they're like, "Oh, we got to get into shelter."
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I was happy to see the stone giants. Fine, let's make it. I feel like that's another problem with the movie is all the sequences like that are just too long. They just go a little bit too long.
Right.
Like cut off, if this sequence is 4 minutes, make it 3.5 minutes. It would have been, I just feel like it just,
Like
it's like
the scene with the orc goblins.
which orc goblins, Jen?
In the mountain.
Okay.
It's like, this isn't the climax of the movie. It was like huge, and I'm like,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
there's another climax. This
Yeah.
is not the climax. There's
I-
another one coming.
Yes,
Like,
I
oh my
I
God.
thought so too, and I
I'm
forgot
like,
about
this,
that.
This half an hour left. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I feel like that's the equivalent of like the Mines of Moria.
I
You're like-
guess, yeah. But
and
there's
then
a
you're
lot
like,
of
oh-
there's more time to come down after the Mines of
That's true.
Moria.
Oh
Like
yeah,
you're in
yeah.
that and you're like, this has got to be the end. You're like, oh no, there's another like half an hour, 40 minutes left of this movie.
And that part drags on too long too. Again, that's another
Nothing,
scene.
Nothing drags in that movie. It's perfect from beginning to end.
Which part?
Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh wait, where are you? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about this movie. The end.
You're
the
back
end
to
sequence.
this movie. Okay, yes, go ahead.
The,
I was
the
talking
end
about-
sequence is too long.
Yes, it is.
Like you said, there's an extra 30 minutes left in the movie. You're like, what? Wait a second. Isn't this supposed to be the end? And then it just goes on for 30 minutes. I liked, I was just watching it again last night. I was enjoying the escape from the mountain, the whole chase outside. That maybe was the one sequence I didn't think was too long. And I was actually getting into it. And I was like, wow, you know what? This is actually pretty cool. Okay. I like that they did this. I like the, all they used almost every like action movie trope thing they could fit in there with like the bridges and then,
Yeah.
things falling and then them like grabbing the ladder, when he puts down the ladder to go across and
Yeah.
the what's it called? Seesaws back and forth.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, it's a bit much, but I'm enjoying it.
When Gandalf runs up to face the Goblin King, there's like a shot and it's like Mortal Kombat. It's just like Gandalf here and the Goblin King here, and they're just like standing on a bridge or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, this is weird.
And then, and it was good. And then that ending killed it a bit for me.
The ending of the movie or the ending of that scene?
No, the ending of the movie.
Okay.
That's like basically the next scene.
Yeah, I'm mad that the Eagles didn't talk.
Well, maybe they'll talk in the
big.
I don't know, in the next movie.
I don't think so. If they didn't talk in this movie, I don't think they're going to talk.
Yeah.
I
They didn't want
wonder.
to pay people. Maybe they didn't want to pay the Eagles more money, Jen, because if the Eagles talk, they'd have to pay
Right,
them more
then
money.
they have to be in the Screen Actors Guild, right? If they
Yes, yeah.
talk.
And they're not ready
actors.
to let Eagles into the Screen Actors Guild yet.
It does raise the question: will the thrush talk in the next film?
And the Raven. There's ravens that talk in this book at the end.
Right.
Old Croc or Croc's son.
No.
I can't remember who it is.
No birds are allowed to speak.
So just getting back to the mountain, cool. They changed the separation of Bilbo and the dwarves a little bit,
Yeah.
which is fine. It was nice because they were getting to the Gollum part earlier, but I thought I was like, okay, that's a move to like condense it, but
Yeah, well, they were also able to cut back and forth between Bilbo and the dwarves.
yes,
Because in the book, the dwarves are out, and he's still with Gollum.
yes.
So they wouldn't have been doing anything. So it's
They
kind of
would
like a
too.
way for them to still be doing something at the time.
They would have interspersed Gollum, the riddles in the dark with the escape, which would have been really weird because you're going from like super fast action sequence to then and like breaking away
Yeah.
from that to go to like
Right.
people telling riddles to each other.
Tenser and tenser.
Yeah, it wouldn't have fit. It wouldn't have edited well, I think, together. The The one thing that they did change though about the riddles in the dark that irked me a little bit was the ring part.
Yeah.
When Gollum loses and he's like, okay, I got to show you where you are. He's like, but wait, I got to go get my birthday present first before we go. They changed that. And right, he immediately
no, he doesn't realize it's gone until later. He drops it right in front of Bilbo, falls out of his loincloth.
No, I'm talking about when Bilbo wins the riddle game.
Oh.
Right, Gollum, he doesn't go back to go get his precious.
Oh, right. He just realizes that.
He just realizes it. Yeah. And of course they had to do a fall down, ring in the air onto the finger thing again.
Same way.
Come on. What?
I didn't like that, like, I get it. Like, Gollum's not a good person, but he drops the ring. Bilbo sees him drop it, and Bilbo just picks it up and steals it, basically. Like, he steals it in the book, but, like, he finds it in the cave.
He doesn't steal it
in the book. He
picks it up, and then by the time he realizes that it's his, it's like, well, I'm not going to give it back to this guy. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, he wants to eat me.
But in this, he just sees him drop it, and then he picks it up and takes it.
Yeah,
it's much more like immediately corruptible. Yeah.
But he lets him live.
Yeah, well, he has to, Joe, because he's in the Lord of the Rings.
Yes. Well, we had to even put the notion that he might kill him in there, as if that built up any suspense at all for anybody.
Dan reminded me that there's like a line in Fellowship where it's like, Frodo says, "I wish it's a pity Bilbo didn't kill him when he had the chance."
Yeah,
and Gandalf's like, "Pity is what stayed Bilbo's hand."
Yes, and Gandalf says something in this line. He's like, being a hero is not about who you kill; it's like about who you don't kill or something like that.
Maybe you'll hear that later, Joe. Just saying. But I also it made me mad that they didn't try to replicate the scene in the beginning of Fellowship where you see Bilbo picking up the ring.
Oh,
right.
I was like, I thought they would try to like make it look the same. I don't know.
That wasn't a great scene.
No, it was just like him on the ground and he picks up the ring.
And he's like, oh, what's this? Actually, that had a better tone of The Hobbit than this movie.
It didn't have to be that exactly, but if the physical part of it was the same, I think that would have been cool. But they didn't do that at all. But whatever.
Oh, now I forgot what I was going to say about the about this. Oh yeah, no, I did say it about the ring thing when he falls and the ring goes on his hand. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say too, and this goes for the Lord of the Rings probably even more so. And I remember like when first watching the Fellowship, I was like, wait, what's going on? When they put on the ring and like this happens more again in Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring. He's like in this horrible, evil side dimension. It almost seems like worse than the Upside Down. That's how the movie makes it seem like. And I'm like, they never say. There's never any description of that being like that in the books at all.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it was just a way to indicate that he was.
It was very dramatic.
I don't know. Yeah.
Like it's very windy and it's all blackish and shadowy and it's.
Yeah.
I was like, that's never described at all. I don't think anywhere in the books, but. Maybe after wearing it for a much longer time, but what else don't we like about this movie? Thorin is such an a-hole.
Yeah.
He's a flat out dick.
I have that a lot. Thorin is not this cool, I wrote.
Yes.
Let's make Thorin the absolute worst.
Yeah. He's like a moody jerk.
And then at the end they gave you that, I was 100% wrong. You got us, Thorin.
Yeah. Gandalf using the flaming pine cones. I was happy about that. That's fun. That's from the book. What I really thought should have happened at the end of this movie, and they could have saved the entire series potentially, is kill Azog at the end. How about that be the end?
Yep,
I thought he was
that's
going to
what
die. I was like,
hoping.
oh wait, do they kill him here? I was like, oh, I think he might be.
No.
I think he might die. And I'm like, oh, fuck no. We're gonna have
I
a fake
wish.
out death instead of Thorin.
Yeah, Thorin's dead, guys. You believe that? He's dead. At the end, in the first movie of a trilogy that's about him, he died. They'd give him a little Ned Stark.
Oh, yeah. Thorin coming, running down the tree. I think the quote I have here, this Thorin shot of him walking down the tree after Azog is absurdly awesome. Like I was torn between like, oh, this is cool, but it's fucking terrible at the same time.
Thorin should be dead. There's many times in this movie where the dwarves just fall like 500 feet and bang into rocks and roll over each other. And
I'm fine with that.
Perfectly fine.
I'm totally fine with that. They're dwarves. They're sturdy creatures. They're used to, rocks and things.
Okay.
They're used to rocks hitting them.
He got
Yes.
smashed
After
in the
100
face
feet.
with like a morning star or whatever it is.
Well, no, I don't think that was his face. I think it got him in the chest.
Oh, okay.
I think his
Which,
chest
as
took
we
most of
established an hour and a half ago, has a lot of padding in it.
that. Yes. They could have killed Azog here at the end of the movie, and I think let's be done with it. The
Yeah.
fact that they're dragging
Yeah.
that out, I don't even know how that resolves itself. I'm guessing he's part of the Battle of the Five Armies,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
Thorin's gonna kill. He's gonna kill Thorin. They're gonna kill each other.
Like,
I'm predicting what's gonna happen in these movies. All the
Um,
absurdity that's gonna happen coming
but,
up.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. Like I said before, the orcs, like they want, like the orcs that are attacking them in the woods are like, it's the same. Like there's a reason that the orcs are around all the time. And it's not just that they're orcs or whatever. It's this guy. And so yeah, I think Azog is a big bad for the series.
Bad move. I mean, I'm saying these are all bad decisions, but the movie made $1 billion, so I guess what do I know?
What did the second two movies make?
I don't know. I don't have it up in front of me.
Less?
I'm gonna say they made less, but I don't know.
Well, we didn't pay for tickets, but
Yeah, I definitely did not pay for tickets for those movies. So,
So $999.
all right, hold on. I'm gonna see if I can look these up here. I saw there were extended versions of these, and I was like, why would anybody do that?
Extended.
Yeah, I almost turned on the extended version.
Oh my gosh.
The Desolation of Smaug is the second. Smaug, sorry, Smaug.
Smaug.
No, this one made just under $1 billion. It didn't make quite as much.
Right, yeah.
960 million. That's all. And it actually grows significantly less in the US than it was about 260 million, and I think it was over 300 million in the first movie.
There is a scene in the second movie that I think is legitimately great.
Okay.
And
Don't tell us which one it is.
We'll have to try to guess this one.
Yeah.
And the third movie made less, 962 million, so a little bit less. So each movie made a little bit less,
They made a lot.
but they still made a ton of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How far apart did they come out from each other?
I think the same
A year?
thing. Yeah. They
I
were
think
all
it was
filmed
about
at
a
the same
year,
time.
yeah.
Yeah. It was the same. They were filmed all at the same
Yeah.
time. It was like a 260 some odd day shoot.
Yeah. Sorry.
Well,
Do we want to go into our ratings, or is there more to talk about?
I'm good
I
with
feel
talking.
like we could wrap it up here.
Yeah, we have two more, at least
Two
three
more
more
of these.
hours of talking about these two more movies. So,
Yeah.
I forgot.
I think people are
how to
going to be
rate
really
this.
shocked. No, they won't.
I have a rating.
I was distraught when I was watching this movie. I kept looking to see how much time was left in it, and I was just like, is it over yet? And then we get into like, you're like, oh, okay, next part's, this should be almost over because of this is next. And you're like, oh, no, they're adding a whole nother thing in there. I'm going to give this a half of a star. We can't give it 0, right? Is half a star the lowest we can give it?
You can give it 0 stars if you think it's.
I'm not going to give it 0. I'm going to give it a half a star. I will not watch this movie ever again.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't like it at all.
No, sir, I don't like it.
No, sir, I don't like it.
That is the lowest rating we've had.
0 or half?
No, half. I'm giving it a half a star.
Anything.
Okay.
I actively dislike this movie.
I think Brendan rated episode 6 of season 1 higher than that.
This isn't even entertained. Like the only time I would get into there was only a few moments where I was actually like enjoying and forgot how much I hated the movie. And that was, like I said, the escaping of the mountains, the whole chase scene. I was engaged in that. The riddles in the dark I was engaged in as well, but otherwise I just thought about how much I was disliking my experience of watching this movie.
Wow. All right. I dislike it not as much as Joe. But I don't like this movie. I don't think it's a good movie. I'm going to give it 1.5 stars.
Okay.
I think it is to my mind a bad movie, but it's not it's not atrociously bad.
Jen?
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of notes. I didn't think it looked good. I thought the CGI was terrible and it was too long. But there've definitely been worse movies out there. I mean...
Yeah, I'm not saying
yeah. So I'm going to give it a 2.
Okay.
But yeah, there's not much about it that I like other than the,
So this is equivalent of last week's War of the Worlds then for you as well.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I could see the quality, even though I don't like the CGI, I don't like the way the frame rate is, and a lot of that, it's still...
The set design is good.
Yeah, the set design, the costumes are good,
right.
The casting is fine. I don't have any problem with the acting, really.
No, well, I mean,
I actually don't even think the casting is good. I think one casting choice is good. I like Lee Pace in these movies as well. He's not really in this movie that much, but
I mean, I don't like Thor in the character. I think he's awful, but for what he was served on a platter to act as, I don't think the actor is bad.
The guy
he's doing what they asked him to do.
Right.
Oh, is he though? Is he?
I mean, I guess he is. Otherwise, they wouldn't have made him do it. I don't know. Peter Jackson doesn't mind kicking someone off a movie a couple weeks in. So
that's true. So he must have been all on board for what Richard Armitage brought to the table. I think it was just a big swing and a miss on the whole tone of the story, the story itself, and the character. A lot of the characters I think are just not necessarily miscast, but misplayed or misrepresented. Not a lot of them, some of them.
Who?
Thorin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of the dwarves.
There's not the rest of the dwarves don't have characters.
The Azog. The Goblin King was a little
Radagast. Saruman in this movie.
No, Saruman.
It shouldn't be the same Saruman.
What do you want to be?
He doesn't have
Gandalf. I feel like he still acted like that.
This should be Saruman the White. It should be distinct. You can see that the Palantirs influenced him.
Yeah, it would have been nice if they did that. They had an opportunity to do that, Tom, and they didn't. They basically were saying, "Oh, he's bad right now. I could tell he's bad right now."
Well, maybe he is.
But he shouldn't be, is what Tom's saying. They have an opportunity. Even if I don't know the timeline in the story, but I think Tom's right. I don't think he's found the Palantir yet. But also, even if he did, this would have been a great opportunity to show. He might find it in these movies. It would have been a great opportunity to show him as a good person.
Right.
Well,
He was there. He was the best of us. Sorry.
I
Yeah,
don't
he was the
necessarily
best.
think he's a bad person here.
I did like. Okay, sorry. Calling back. There was one.
Whatever. We're done.
There was no that
Talk about it
reminded me
next time.
of when Gandalf's talking about the wizards, and he's like, there's the two blue ones, and he's like,
Yeah.
I can't remember their names, which I thought was a funny joke because they're not
That is
named in Tolkien never named them, so I thought that was funny. All right, I'll throw that in there.
There you go.
So far, not a successful movie, not a successful adaptation.
Right. Successful financially, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think this right. We talked about it before. It radically misses the tone of the books.
Hmm.
Um,
But maybe on purpose.
yeah.
No, I think
that movie wouldn't have made $1 billion.
no, I think I don't think that Peter Jackson missed the tone of the movie. He intentionally changed it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eyes wide open.
I kept saying like they missed the tone, but they didn't miss it. They just he willfully did not ignored it and made put his own tone on it, or the tone from the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yes.
Even more, I feel like even more dramatic than the Lord of the Rings movies, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the Lord of the Rings movie, like it starts out light and funny.
Yeah.
And it kind of carries that through it, and not like it's a much better job of interspersing the lightheartedness.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings did a much better job of that, interspersing it into the dramatic. In this, I feel like they just drastically jump from one side to the other.
Yeah, it's really not until Return of the King really doesn't have much comedy in it.
No,
because Merry and Pippin are now serious at that point.
Yes.
So like,
just when Gimli says something about the orc's nervous system, I think that's in the extended edition.
that is, yeah.
Jen, you've seen those movies a lot, huh?
We just put them on sometimes when we're sleeping. So that's even these movies, like, because if you have it on HBO Max, they'll just be like, "You want to watch The Hobbit?"
Oh,
I've
yes,
seen
it goes
some
right to it.
scenes, and I know people are in The Hobbit. These coming up movies that are just not in the book, nor should ever have been here.
Oh, and thankfully
cross that bridge when we come to it.
Thankfully, they are on HBO because there's no way I'm paying any money for this movie. So, we have some more patrons to thank. Everybody, we're running through our list of patrons in our renaming of them because we want to give them shout outs on the new podcast. Yeah. So I'll continue with from where I left off. I'll read a bunch here. Let's see where I left off at Rawr last week, I think.
Yes.
Purposely because I remember. So next up we have Moss. Thank you, Moss. I haven't talked to Moss in a long time. I hope you're doing well, Moss. Danielle, Haluk Tarkin. Haluk, we met Haluk in London, Tom, remember?
I know, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked to Haluk.
Awesome,
thanks,
There's
Haluk.
a photo somewhere.
There is a photo of us with Haluk. Yeah. Blue Eyes Sadai, Jamie R., Jason Enberg. Oh, we got it. I think we know who that is. Tim Raleigh, Gleeman Twitch, who is the same person, I'm pretty sure. Jen, you know this person, Michael Spilleri.
Yes, I do.
He's a patron of ours. I didn't know that.
He's still a patron? That's nice.
Yeah, he's still a patron. Tessa Nix, Amis, Delusions of Grendel, Tiana Badillo. Oh no, Tiana, we haven't seen. Does Tiana have a new calendar for?
Looks like she doesn't.
Oh my God. So if you know Tiana, if you're in a Discord, Tiana has a hen calendar she buys every year and posts the pictures of the hens on the calendar each month.
Maybe she's upset that hen news is over.
We'll have to try and see if we could reach out to Tiana and get that going. Again, I would always forget about it, and then when she'd post it, I'd be like, "Oh, this just made my day."
It does. It was literally like for years, just the happiest day. Like,
the Admiral, Gary D, Niner Advocate. Oh, I think we know Niner Advocate as well.
Niner,
J. Lou Rocks, and I'm going to stop here at Mickey.
Okay.
Hey, Mickey. All right.
Thank you all for sticking with us and supporting us.
Yes.
We appreciate you. I want to remind everyone to follow us on social media. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Blue Sky. Join us over in Discord to continue the conversation there. We also post our episodes on YouTube, so be sure to go to our YouTube page to like and subscribe. Rate and review us wherever you listen to podcasts, and check out our Patreon page to support us that way. Links to all the aforementioned information are included in the show notes to this episode. Final thoughts, Jen and Tom?
Remember this. True courage is about knowing not when to take a life, but when to spare one.
Did you have that already ready to go?
Yes.
Oh, that's why you said when I said
did.
something like that. Yeah. You did tease it. I didn't know you had it prepped, though.
Yep.
That didn't disappoint. Thank you, Jen. Tom, anything?
No, I'm on top of that.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for listening, and you'll hear us next time.